Again and again and one more time to the Cursewords and Cursive podcast, episode number 4. What?
Yes.
Can you believe that?
Oh
It's
my
season 2,
God.
episode number 4. Wow.
I know.
My name's Ryan and I'm here with my co-host, Curly.
Hi.
Hey, what's up, Curly?
Oh, usual.
How you
Yeah.
doing on this fine day?
Oh, it's nice. It wasn't too hot.
Yeah?
So, yeah, I got a little more pep in my step, sort of. Yeah.
Me too, me too.
Heck yes.
But anyways, we have a very special guest joining us today. You want to introduce yourself, good sir?
Yo, what up? It's BeatBox from Low Cash.
BeatBox from Low Cash. Low Cash Ninjas. What's up, man?
Not much, man. Just was just kicking back when I got the call, and I said, "Yeah, man, I'm down."
I was gonna have you on like later down the road, but dude, thanks for coming in on such short notice.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, I have a lot of time on my hands, and with all this stuff going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, anything for some bros, dude.
Definitely.
I mean, you even played with us at one point too.
I did.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
At
Yeah,
one
you did.
point,
It
a long
was-
time ago.
That's cool.
Oh, that was a pretty good time. We really got to know each other back then, huh?
Yeah. I mean, I remember the end of it.
Yeah.
And I remember just you having so many of those Jim Carrey VHS tapes, and that's just all we
Holy
brought
shit,
with
I
us.
forgot about that.
Wow.
And I know, I remember I started feeling bad because you never got them back.
Well, yeah. I don't know. I brought them because there was a TV in the van and it was a VHS, and we're like, all right. And I remember at one point we went out to, I think it was Gallup, maybe somewhere out that way. I played with you guys. No, I think it was either in Chinle or somewhere.
Yeah, it was in a deep res. We were in Mini Farms,
Yeah.
Chinle,
And then-
Delcon area,
And then
stuff
there
like
was
that.
there was a VHS in there, some kind of kids VHS tape in there that we put it in, and we're just laughing at it, and it was playing, and then we're like, this is cool, we got a TV in here, so we're
Yeah.
just chilling. So I brought all these movies and shit.
I know
But-
we didn't even end up watching one of them.
yeah it's all right though. They're just I have all those movies on DVD and Blu-ray anyway, so
Oh well, all right.
we moved on. So yeah, you met Curly, my
Yeah,
co-host.
yeah.
Hi.
Our sound guy Elijah isn't here today, but yeah, this is the Cursewords and Cursive podcast. So
Awesome.
how have you been? What have you been up to?
I've been good. This year, I just been really trying to focus on more of my my art. How would you say more of my drawing?
Yeah,
More so because I released more drawings than I did last year when I first started trying to release my art.
yeah.
And yeah, it was some pretty good work. I do artwork for this guy. He's part of our the label that we just recently were part of now too. It's called Tent City Records.
Tent City.
Yeah, Tent City.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Tent City or Tent
tent,
City?
tent,
Camping?
Yeah.
Okay, Tent City.
Or kind of how they say it's those homeless alleyways where it's they call those Tent City.
Oh,
and stuff like that.
okay.
Yeah. So yeah, and there's a guy there. He goes by J Crash.
J Crash.
And yeah, and he's the one that requests some art from me. He'll tell me what he wants in it. He'll be like, "Oh, I want a beetle, a specific type of beetle." And I'll be okay. Do you want the beetle to do anything specific? And he'll be like, "Yeah,
Do
I
you want the drummer or the bass player?" No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But yeah, go ahead.
And yeah, and I'll ask him so what do you want it to do? And he'll be like, I want it to come out of a swamp or something like that. And
Yeah.
I would have been like, okay, so you want a giant mutant creature sort of a thing? And he'll be like, try to make it mechanical. And I'll be like, okay, what about this guy? Do you want it to be clear? I want it to be specific. I want it to be according to his liking.
Yeah.
So by the time he sees it, I want him to at least be like, oh yeah, this is what I was thinking. So I try to be as specific as possible. And yeah, so I just do my thing. I send him drafts here and there and be like, how does this look? And if he likes it, then he'll be like, yeah, just continue with it. Add some more detail. I'm like, okay. So then I'll do that. And sure enough, once the pencil's done, before I start laying down the ink, yeah, I'll show it to him and be like, yeah, this is the basically what's, it's gonna look like before I throw some ink on it. And he'll be like, yeah, it looks good. Then boom, there would ink on it, add a little bit more detail with it with some more little finer pens. Yeah, and then it comes out the way it comes out. Then I show it to him. He loves it. Like, all right, let's get to the next one.
So what kind of ink do you use to color it?
There's this.
Is there like a specific brand that you like?
Oh man, I can't even think of it right now. I even have like the multicolor like pens marker slash like set with it too. Oh, I can't remember, but it's like these sketch pens.
Yeah.
Yeah, they go from like a really fine point from like I think it was like a .001 tip all the way up to like this sort of like brush tip. And recently, like for last year on Christmas, a friend of mine got me this really nice set. It's like, it has even smaller, finer tips and everything in between, like .03, then it goes to the .05 to the .08, then it goes to the .10, and then it goes into like this brush. It's really nice.
Wow.
Yeah. And I get to like let's just say I can create something that has like really solid background, but then I can come in with like those smaller tips, and I can add in like maybe like if I'm drawing a face, I can draw like little pores.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Wow.
the major details.
Yeah, because I'm a fan of like looking at art and like really like seeing the finer details like within like the small little spaces, and then you look at it from afar and then be like like wow, all that comes together to create this large image. Like the whole world's just like that. So that's sort of like an idea I always liked about art, so I try to implement it in my own stuff.
I see that too. Sometimes you see a photo from far away and it just looks like a hand, but then when you go closer, there's like green and blue and purple and all that.
Yeah, and then you can start seeing like the shapes of like the palm and stuff like that within it. But like I said, from afar, that's when you can actually see, like, the whole hand in a picture. But it's not the hand without the small creases and everything, the little stuff that make it a hand in the first place.
So have you always drawn with pen, or do you like pencil as well, or charcoal or anything?
I recently got into pens just because of like the kind of style that I'm trying to do now. It's more like comic book style.
Oh.
And yeah, so I'm a huge fan of comic books, and I love reading them. I love collecting them. And I sort of based my style, like, ever since I was a kid, that's how I wanted to draw, because I had this poster of Spider-Man, and that was, like, one of the first, like, superheroes that I ever drew, because I was just trying to copy that.
That's cool.
And I just liked, like, the fine detail of it, and how, like, the thought of, like, how can someone know that much and, like, keep that in their head and just, like, be able to draw it, like, so perfect like that over and over again.
Yeah.
And
like the web.
yeah,
I noticed that kind of changes over time, doesn't it?
Yeah. There's like all these different artists that have like their own rendition of it. The web. Sometimes it's more like gooey, or sometimes it's more like looks more like a cable. Sometimes it looks more webby. You know? Yeah. It's all unique, and in some way I always like that. There's always different versions of it, and like with the pens I can get that.
Nice. Okay. Nice.
Yeah, and with pencils, I did start off with pencils, because I did have to learn, and I did have to erase a lot.
Yeah. Right.
Even today, I still erase a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't let the images I put out fool you. I'm like tearing my hair out just trying to get it just right.
Yeah.
I never get it the first time. Never get it the first.
The Cursewords in Cursive podcast, available on Spotify or wherever else you get your podcasts.